Good morning, good people. It wanted to act up on me, so I'm doing it again, starting it over again from a different computer. I don't know, somebody up there messing with my stuff or not, y'all, because they don't want me to talk, obviously. They don't want me to talk. But anyway, how's everybody doing on this Good Friday? It's a little dreary, but it's good. It's good. It's going to be good. Now, there's some folks out there that know me or may not know me, wonder how I snap back or get over something real quick or can just cut you off real quick. Because that's just me, you know. I'm not gonna let you keep playing with me and playing with me and playing with me. I don't care who you are. Okay. Now, I say that to say this. Let me take it back. My daughter, she was born February 1990. Okay. So then, Easter comes around April. It had to be like April. So this was her first Easter, and everybody will go to my cousin's house. And she do the cooking, and it's just, that's the house where everybody celebrate. And so I'm walking up on the porch, mind you, I'm 13. I'm walking up on the porch, and one of my eldest aunts, she straight looked at me. And it was like another family member grandmother next door. And she was over on that porch, and I was coming up to my cousin porch, the older cousin, my mother's cousin. So she, my second cousin. So I'm like, I come out with my baby in my arms and stuff, and she like, and what you gonna do with a baby? As if it was my fault. It wasn't my fault. I was telling my mom what was going on, where she sent me at after school. But anyway, I said, take care of her. And I walked on in the house. So that kind of lit a fire under me back then. Mind you, I'm just getting to Baltimore from Harford County. And it just stuck with me, right? It just stuck with me. I didn't like the way she said it to me. And I was like, okay. So now that's starting to be like, okay, I cannot let myself down. I have to show these people that nothing is going to stop me, and I'm not giving my baby up. So that just wasn't going to happen. So that started out with my little fire, and I was going on and on and on after that. So now I'm like, okay, now people just think that it's going to be this and it's going to be that, and I'm not going to make it, and I'm going to go through this and go through that. Yeah, I did. I went through a lot, but I wasn't going to stop. I just wasn't going to happen. I wasn't going to give up on my baby. I wasn't going to let her go through what I had to go through, and she was with me. She's seen it all. So that's that. Now, give y'all some curriculum, okay? I'm going to let you in on a little bit of my blueprint. It changes every so often, so you keep up or not, but I'm gonna give you a little bit. So this is why, or this is how I can wait a minute, y'all, I'm thirsty. My lemonade is lemonade Kool-Aid. Anyway, so there y'all website. Okay, so let me tell y'all, okay? I never really had a bunch of friends. Never really hung around a bunch of people. I have a lot of girl cousins, and I hung with about two of them a lot, coming up. And I hung with a couple girls, whatever, just probably like once or twice. And then one I was with a lot because she helped me out a lot. She was older than me and I was younger than her, and she helped me out a lot. So I let her go chance after chance after chance, but no more, no more. She had enough chances because she was there for me. So I let her back in, but no, we can't do that anymore because she cost me along with everybody else, whoever was in the little community group, whatever. Anyway, I love her to death, but I just can't because it's something I wanted to tell her too, but she could do never lie. But anyway, so this is how I would do, y'all. Just because I've been hurt, and it was not a good feeling. I was hurt, and I wasn't able to let it go that fast, right? It stuck with me twice. I was really hurt. And so I said after that, I was like, nobody's gonna get that control over me anymore. So my little brain the way it goes around, things you would never think that I thought, and this, that, and the third. But anyway, what I started doing was thinking of everything that could go wrong. Mind you, I didn't hang around a bunch of people. I didn't really be around a bunch of people like that. I'd be home, and back in them days, I was living on my own. And my mother and them, they lived wherever they lived. And mind you, 14 years old in my own place with my own child. So, and that's just the way it's been. And all the craziness in between. But anyway, so I would say to myself, if I was dealing with a guy, if I had a homegirl, whatever, I was thinking everything that I could think of that could go wrong in the situation, in the connection. Okay. That's how my brain thinks. I think of everything that can go wrong to prepare myself just in case something happens. Something they cut me off, or they make me mad, or they hurt me. I always kept something in my back pocket, like, okay, this could happen, and I'm just gonna be like, okay, boom, boom, boom. That's it. So that's how I'm able to just cut something off, get over it, and just start anew. Now, when you talk about my own life skills and all that, yeah, I taught myself everything because I wasn't in school past 6th grade. Then they flipped me to ninth, but I wasn't in there that long because that school had a daycare, but my mom didn't pay her half or whatever. So anyway, that was that. And I did get my high school diploma after that. But yeah, never was no dummy. Taught myself everything. And yeah, and God gave me that intuition and got me through a lot. I would see things before it would happen, get myself up out of it. A couple of situations, other people was around me, and it could have went a whole way left. Oh, that's right, whole way left. But that's just what it is with me. I think of everything in the world that could go wrong before it even go wrong. That's just how I do it. I'm not a one-way thinker. I think up, down, round, round, side to side, however you want to call it. That's just what I did. So that's that. That's how I could just get over it and keep it moving. Because I'm not gonna stay stuck thinking about, oh, why. No, I'm gonna keep it moving, make things better, and maybe think about it later. That's just it with me. I'm not gonna. So I say that, I don't know. You could do it or just not, but that's just how I do things, and that's just the way it has to be with me, because I'm not gonna let nobody break me down like that again ever. So excuse me. So that just won't happen. Now, when it comes to um this whole scenario and everything that went on when I was growing up, it's like I just I just get over it and let it go, because obviously it happened for a reason. So life is all about lessons to be learned, and that's how I look at things. Okay, I had to learn this, I had to learn that. Now I know why I met them, this, that, and the third. Think about it, but don't stay stuck. Keep moving, and then you can think about it as you're going along. Like, oh, okay, I'm not going to do X, Y, and Z again. I'm not going to do this again. I'm not going to go here again. Whatever. Just keep it moving. Don't stop and wally all in the pity, 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 pity. Don't do that. Keep it moving, and don't let nobody see you get down. Don't let nobody see that. Especially if they taking advantage of you or something like that, just get away. Let it go. Don't think that they're gonna do anything different, because they're not. They're gonna do it again and again and again. I left that relationship, y'all, in 2010. Okay. Everything was all good. It was just good. Like, I left it alone. I never looked back. Then Father God started sending me these videos to my phone. And I'm just looking at the videos. I'm like, wow, I didn't know they had this on YouTube and this, that, and the third. I like horoscopes and stuff like that. So I started watching the videos. And he just kept sending them to my phone out of nowhere. I didn't know they was doing that stuff on YouTube like that. So I started looking at the videos, right? Then one day, I said this before, but I'm going to say it again in case somebody didn't see the videos. I was standing in my room, getting my purse, switching purses to put myself together to go on outside. go to an appointment or whatever. And I heard, now's the time. Whoosh. I said, oh, wasn't nobody in here. My son was in school and it was quiet as kept. And I said, oh my God, he must want me to do the video and say, forget about the book. So that's what I did. And then it was like, now sit back. I told my life story in a shorter version. I had no idea about all this other nonsense going on out here with these people, the community. He dragging my name when I left him. I didn't know none of that stuff. I'm in a whole nother relationship and had a whole nother child. Mind you, my daughter was 26 when I had my son, and he's 12 now. And that was after him. That wasn't a child I had by him. We both had daughters, and that was it. And so I'm like, okay, now all of this stuff that's coming out now, it went on when I left him in 2010, and I had my son in 2013, and I get bang bang 2014, 8/8/14 in my head, and so that goes on. So that went on around the time when they was probably slandering my name and doing all this stuff. I had no idea about. God didn't let me see none of that because I probably would have ruined the plan. Because you're not gonna just do me like that. I didn't know. I knew I had a few haters, but I didn't know all that was going on. I didn't even know my status. I did not know I was a chosen one. I did not know I was an earth angel. All this other stuff I never knew. My family must have, but they never told me. I knew I was different. I knew I didn't act like nobody else, but I didn't know. I'm just finding out last year, 2025. And I never knew that when you leave a relationship, you have to call your energy back and stuff like that. I never knew all that. So the whole time when I was with him, 2001, 2002, he had my energy while I was with him. And then almost 20 years later, he still had my energy. Until I heard one of the girls on there, tarot reader on there say, you got to call your energy back when you leave a situation, a relationship. I'm like, what? So no wonder he up here talking about we gotta always keep in touch and this, that, and the third. He came around when I got out the hospital from the incident. So that was 2014. And I'm like, so after that, it was, cool, whatever, but never getting back with each other. Never that, never none of the stuff you would do. None of that. It was just cool, call, check on you sometimes, whatever have you. So he has my energy all this time. I never knew nothing about energy and heart and none of that. So the girl says, you got to call your energy back. I was like, what? I got off the phone. I mean, not the phone. Well, I was looking at the phone, her video. I got off and I said, I call my energy back from anybody that has my energy. And when I said that a few times, I'm getting called here, called there. See this going on with this person, that. I'm like, whoa, everybody got my energy. I'm thinking it's just a relationship. No, it was everybody that I ever was around. And whoever they was around, they just got my stuff just floating everywhere. And I can't catch a break. I cannot manifest. I cannot get anything done. I mean, it was just stuff after stuff after stuff. And then I find out that it was being done deliberately to me this year. And I'm like, wow. So all that I was going through was deliberately being done to me. He was doing that. Like, I'm like, wow, I didn't know that. So I'm just finding all this stuff out now. That's why it's even brought up. I never went back to him after that. No, not that relationship. No. And when I don't like something, that's what it's it, and cutting it off. Like, I don't like lies. I don't like lies. I don't like lies at all. And he knew that. So when that happened and then it wasn't corrected, I was out. But I wish him the best. What I guess I'm not deep about that one. So yeah, I wanted to share that with y'all today because but it just is what it is. And determination. You got to get that under your belt. If you don't have it, get it under your belt, study it, Put it into yourself. Keep it so that you never quit. Never quit. Never take no for an answer. Go over top of that person and over top of that person and over top of that person, whatever, till you get the result you need. Because that's how I roll. I'm not gonna just settle for that when it's another way to go about it. So that's just it. And that's just all. But it was always God. He always was with me. Always, they say stuff easily. No, I will go through so many daggone hoops and loops and everything before I got the result I needed. They think it's easy for me or is this, that. No, it wasn't nothing easy. And then it got to the point where I was in that house that night and that bang bang happened. He straight read me up out of that. Like, now, get up out. Like, get up out of here now. Because, yeah, close range. Yeah, it happened. And I was like, wow. Because I couldn't believe it. I jumped straight up. Like, whoa. I couldn't believe it. I thought I was a goner. Then. But yes, God always had me trust and believe. He put that determination in me and that resilience in me. And then everything I went through, when I wasn't going to give up. I wasn't going to settle for less. I wasn't going to let them get what they wanted. No, they want to see me fall. They want to see all that. And that's just something I'm not willing to do. So, yeah, young ladies out there, don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on your kids. Make sure you do what you got to do for you and yours. Because I wouldn't put it no other kind of way. I'm glad I went through what I went through because it made me who I am today. And I don't need to rely on nobody else but God because he's always had me. And I don't know if that fella didn't know me. I mean, well, he really didn't know me. When I met him, I was 21. I had been through everything already. And then more after. But, yeah, so, yeah. That's how I was able to just say bye-bye. Close the door. Because when you turned your back on me, I'm not gonna chase you. That ain't gonna happen. That's just it. And that's just all. And that must be what they wanted. And I just couldn't get that to you. Be honest with you. I'm the one. I'm the prize. And that's just how that is. So well, y'all, I wanted to let y'all in on that today. And maybe I'll come back a little late if I think of something else. But y'all have a blessed Friday out here, safe and sound. Love on your loved ones. Be safe. Be kind to one another inside your house and outside. Be blessed, y'all. Take it easy. Eat some good food, too. I want some. I swear I wish somebody just come take me to lunch. Not just somebody. Not just anybody. But if they watching, they know who they is. Have a good one, y'all.